Are you finding it harder to navigate life on your own as you grow older? What if the key to living independently and thriving in your golden years was right in front of you, but you just needed a little guidance to unlock it? In this video, we're diving deep into the most common mistakes older adults make when living alone, and more importantly, how to avoid them. From staying connected with your loved ones to maintaining your health, safety, and financial organization, these tips could be the difference between simply getting by and truly enjoying life. We'll also share practical ways to preserve your independence, all while ensuring your home is safe, your routine is balanced, and your sense of purpose remains strong. Stay with us until the end to discover how small changes can have a huge impact on your well-being, and learn the strategies that many people have used to turn their solo living experience into the most fulfilling chapter of their lives. Whether you're already living alone or planning to, this video will equip you with the knowledge to not just survive but thrive. Don't miss out. Your future self will thank you. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. Number 1. Avoid complete isolation. One of the deepest fears many face as they grow older is the overwhelming sense of isolation that can creep into daily life. The days can slowly blend, and before you know it, weeks have passed with little to no meaningful human interaction. It's heartbreaking to hear the stories of elderly individuals who unintentionally drift away from friends, family, and the warmth of community. Many didn't notice the gradual disconnection until it was too late. And by then, loneliness had set in like a heavy fog. I've read countless heart-wrenching accounts of older adults who, without any bad intention, found themselves completely alone, cut off from the world they once thrived in. Their stories serve as a powerful reminder of how important it is to fight against isolation. No one should have to endure that aching emptiness, especially in what should be their most cherished years. This is why it's crucial to take steps to stay connected to those around you, whether it's through joining social clubs, attending local gatherings, or even engaging with virtual communities. You have to make an effort to keep those lines of connection open. Don't underestimate the value of a simple phone call with a loved one, or the power of participating in something that gives you purpose. I remember reading about a woman who began volunteering at a local animal shelter. What started as a once-a-week commitment turned into a lifeline of companionship and friendship, sparking new connections she hadn't expected at her age. The secret is not to wait until you feel the crushing weight of loneliness. It's about nurturing those social bonds before they start to fray. Even if it's just a small gesture, a few moments shared with someone can brighten your entire day. These small but regular efforts to stay engaged can truly make the difference between feeling lost in your world and embracing the richness of life. Don't let yourself slip into isolation. Seek out those heartwarming connections that remind you how vibrant and valued you truly are. Number 2. Avoid neglecting your health. It's so easy to let things slip when you're living alone, especially when it comes to taking care of your health. There's no one there to nudge you when you miss a dose of your medication, skip a doctor's appointment, or choose the comfort of the couch over a quick walk outside. I've heard countless stories of older adults who, in the quiet solitude of their own homes, let their health fall to the wayside without even realizing it. The truth is, without someone there to remind you, it's easy to put your well-being on the back burner, and the consequences can be devastating. One story that struck me was of a gentleman who admitted that he kept delaying his doctor's visits, thinking, "I'll go next week," but weeks turned into months. and what was once a minor issue became a serious health concern. His advice is something we should all take to heart. Don't wait. Set reminders on your phone, put sticky notes on your fridge, and write appointments in a calendar. Whatever it takes to make sure you're staying on top of your health. Because once those small problems spiral into larger ones, the regret of not acting sooner can be overwhelming. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment one below to let me know that you are still here with me. It's not just about the big things like doctor visits either. It's about creating a routine that supports your overall health. Whether it's a gentle stretch every morning or a brisk walk around the neighborhood, keeping your body moving is essential. It's those little moments of self-care that add up, keeping you strong and energized as the years go by. And we can't forget about mental health. In the stillness of living alone, it's easy to bottle up feelings of sadness, anxiety, or loneliness. I've seen how destructive it can be when emotions are left unchecked, leading to a deeper sense of isolation and despair. Talking to someone, whether it's a friend, family member, or even a therapist, can be a lifeline when you're feeling overwhelmed. Your emotional well-being is just as vital as your physical health, and it deserves the same level of care and attention. Don't suffer in silence. It's okay to ask for help, to reach out when the weight feels too heavy to carry on your own. At the end of the day, you are your greatest advocate. No one else can take charge of your health the way you can. So, honor yourself by making your health, both physical and emotional, a top priority. You deserve to feel vibrant, strong, and emotionally fulfilled. And that starts with the simple act of caring for yourself every single day. Number 3, avoid ignoring safety concerns. As we age, especially when living alone, safety should become a priority. Yet it's something many older individuals tend to overlook. There's a sense of confidence that comes from years of independence. A belief that nothing will happen because, after all, I've been fine for years. But as much as we like to think we're invincible, the truth is that being proactive about safety can make all the difference between a minor incident and a full-blown emergency. I've read so many stories of older adults who thought they could handle things on their own, only to have a small accident become a serious ordeal. One story that struck me was from a woman who shared on a senior living forum about a frightening experience she had. She had a minor fall in her kitchen, something as simple as slipping on a rug. But what made it terrifying was that she couldn't reach her phone for hours. She was trapped in her own home, unable to call for help. The helplessness she felt in those moments is something none of us should have to experience. Fortunately, she learned from the incident and decided to invest in a personal emergency response system. Now, with just the push of a button, she knows help is always nearby. It's these small steps, things we might think are unnecessary, that can provide a profound sense of security. A personal emergency response system, whether worn as a bracelet or a pendant, can be a literal lifesaver. The peace of mind it offers isn't just about protecting you in the event of a fall or emergency. It's about knowing that no matter what happens, you won't be left alone, waiting for help to arrive. That's a priceless feeling. Another vital aspect of safety is making sure your home environment is as risk-free as possible. It's so easy to take things like lighting for granted, but poorly lit stairways, dim hallways, or cluttered bathrooms can quickly turn into danger zones. I've seen firsthand how something as simple as a burnout light bulb in a hallway can become a major hazard. Good lighting is essential, especially in areas where falls are more likely to happen, like stairways and bathrooms. It might seem like a small thing, but installing brighter lights or even motion sensor lighting can significantly reduce the chances of an accident. Home security is another concern that often goes unaddressed. Many people, particularly those who have lived in the same neighborhood for years, might feel a false sense of security. Nothing bad has happened here before, so why worry now? But we all know that emergencies can happen when we least expect them. Installing a security camera, or even something as simple as a doorbell camera, can add an extra layer of protection. And if technology isn't your thing, having a trusted neighbor or friend checking on you regularly can help ease those concerns. I've heard of elderly neighbors who keep a buddy system going, where they agree to check on each other daily. Even a quick phone call or a knock on the door to make sure everything is okay can bring such comfort. It's these small acts of connection that can help you feel safer, knowing that someone is looking out for you. The key to all of this is balance. We don't want to live in fear or become overly anxious about the what-ifs of life, but we do want to take reasonable precautions to ensure our safety. It's about feeling secure in your own home, knowing that you've done everything you can to protect yourself from accidents or intruders. You deserve to live with peace of mind, not worry. Taking a few simple steps today can prevent you from facing a much bigger problem tomorrow. Number 4, avoid developing unhealthy habits. Living alone offers a lot of freedom, but that very freedom can sometimes open the door to unhealthy habits creeping into your life. Without anyone around to encourage you or to notice those subtle changes in your behavior, it's easy to slip into patterns that can negatively affect your health, both physically and mentally. When there's no one to hold you accountable, it's far too tempting to indulge in habits like overeating, drinking more alcohol than you should, or avoiding regular exercise. And before you know it, these seemingly harmless habits can start to snowball. I remember hearing a particularly touching story from a woman who, after her spouse passed away, found herself snacking endlessly in front of the TV. It wasn't that she was particularly hungry. It was the comfort of food that filled the void left by the silence of her empty home. Without the shared experience of sitting down to meals with her partner, eating became something to pass the time, rather than an intentional act of nourishing her body. It took her a while to realize the toll this was taking, not only on her physical health, but also on her emotional well-being. The isolation was eating away at her in more ways than one. And it wasn't until she made a conscious effort to break the habit that she started to feel like herself again. She shared how to regain control, and she began planning and preparing proper meals, even if it was just for herself. This simple change didn't just improve her diet. It gave her days a sense of structure and purpose that had been missing. Cooking became a ritual, a way to care for herself in a deeper, more meaningful way. Her story is a powerful reminder that we owe ourselves the same care and attention we so readily give to others. It's incredibly easy when you live alone to slip into a routine of convenience, reaching for junk food instead of preparing a balanced meal, skipping exercise because there's no one to join you, or having an extra glass of wine because, well, why not? But those choices, repeated day after day, can have a profound effect on your health over time. It's important to be mindful of how you're treating your body and to find ways to care for yourself, even when no one else is around to remind you. The key to breaking these unhealthy habits is to start small and set realistic, achievable goals for yourself. Don't aim for perfection. Aim for balance. If cooking every night feels overwhelming, start by preparing a healthy meal a few times a week. If going to the gym isn't your thing, commit to taking a short walk each day, even if it's just around the block. The goal is to integrate small, positive changes into your routine that help you stay active, engaged, and healthy. Another great way to combat unhealthy habits is by picking up a new hobby, something that gets you moving, stimulates your mind, or gives you a creative outlet. Whether it's gardening, painting, or even joining a local dance class, finding an activity that brings you joy can do wonders for your overall well-being. When you're engaged in something meaningful, it's easier to stay motivated and break the cycle of unhealthy behaviors. Ultimately, It's about being mindful of the choices you're making and how they're impacting your health. Living alone doesn't mean you have to neglect yourself. It means you have the opportunity to be your own best caretaker. Treat yourself like you would a dear friend. Nurture, support, and encourage yourself to live a life of balance and vitality. You deserve to feel good in your body, to nourish yourself with good food, and to stay active so that you can enjoy your days to the fullest. And the beautiful thing is, with just a few small changes, you can transform those unhealthy habits into routines that uplift and sustain you, even in the quiet moments of solitude. Number 5, avoid letting your home become a burden. A big house can be a wonderful thing when you're raising a family, filled with the bustling energy of children and the laughter of shared moments. But as life changes and the nest empties, that once vibrant home can start to feel more like a heavy weight on your shoulders. Many older adults find themselves struggling to keep up with the demands of maintaining a large home by themselves, and what used to bring joy and fulfillment can slowly turn into something physically and mentally exhausting. I remember reading the story of one woman who spent years trying to hold on to her family home after her children moved out. She felt guilty at the mere thought of downsizing, like she was betraying the memories of her children growing up within those walls. Every room echoed with reminders of the past. Holiday gatherings, birthdays, and simple everyday moments that were deeply cherished. But as time went on, she found herself drained from the constant upkeep, cleaning empty rooms, managing repairs, and maintaining a yard that now felt impossibly large. The house, once her pride and joy, had become an overwhelming responsibility. It was only after she made the difficult decision to downsize that she realized how much lighter she felt. Moving into a smaller, more manageable space didn't erase the memories she held dear. It simply gave her more freedom to live comfortably in the present without being weighed down by the past. Her story is one that resonates deeply with so many older adults. There's often a sense of guilt attached to the idea of leaving a home that's been a central part of your life for decades, but it's important to remember that your well-being matters most. A home should be a place of comfort, a sanctuary where you can rest and recharge, not a source of constant stress and fatigue. That said, downsizing isn't the only solution. If you're not ready to leave your home, and that's perfectly okay, there are other ways to make it more manageable. Consider how much space you truly need and how much you can realistically take care of on your own. If the thought of maintaining your home feels overwhelming, it might be time to seek out some help. Hiring someone to take care of the lawn, clean the house, or handle small repairs can make a world of difference. These tasks, which may seem minor, can pile up and create unnecessary stress, especially if you're dealing with health or mobility issues. The goal is to create an environment that supports your well-being, not one that drains it. A home should be a place where you can relax and enjoy your life, not something that feels like an endless to-do list. If your house starts to feel more like a burden than a blessing, it's worth reassessing whether it's still the right fit for you. Sometimes, letting go of a larger space can open up new opportunities for a simpler, more peaceful way of living, one that allows you to focus on the things that truly matter, like spending time with loved ones or pursuing hobbies that bring you joy. Ultimately, it's about finding balance. Your home is where you should feel safe, comfortable, and at ease. Whether that means staying in the home you've lived in for years or moving to a smaller, more manageable space, the important thing is to make sure it's a place that enhances your quality of life. Don't let your home become something that overwhelms you. Take steps to ensure it remains your sanctuary, a place of peace and security where you can truly thrive. Number 6, avoid losing your sense of purpose. One of the most challenging aspects of living alone, especially in later years, is the risk of losing your sense of purpose. After retirement or the loss of a partner, It's common to feel adrift, as though the familiar structure and meaning of life have started to slip away. So many older adults express this on forums, describing the unsettling feeling of simply passing time, unsure of how to fill their days or how to rediscover what truly makes them feel alive. It's a deeply emotional and often isolating experience, leaving many wondering what comes next. But here's the truth. Your life still holds incredible value, regardless of your age or circumstances. There's always something more to give, more to learn, and more to experience. You have a wealth of wisdom, stories, and talents that can still bring light into the world, even if you're not quite sure how to tap into them just yet. The key is to remind yourself that you're not simply existing. You're living, and living with purpose is possible at every stage of life. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment below to let me know that you are still here with me. One of the most beautiful things about this chapter of life is that it offers you the chance to explore interests you might never have had the time for before. Have you ever dreamed of painting, but never picked up a brush? Maybe you've always wanted to try your hand at gardening, baking, or learning a new language. Now is the time. Pursuing a hobby isn't just about filling the hours. It's about rediscovering joy and curiosity, about reigniting that inner spark that makes you feel engaged and excited about each new day. Every small step you take towards something new reminds you that life is still full of possibilities and that there is so much beauty left to uncover. But it's not only about personal hobbies. Volunteering can be an incredibly powerful way to reconnect with a sense of purpose. Offering your time and experience to others is one of the most meaningful ways to feel connected to something bigger than yourself. I've read countless stories from people who have found renewed fulfillment through helping others. One older man shared how becoming a mentor to young people in his community gave him a deep sense of satisfaction and connection. It wasn't just about giving advice. It was about being a guiding force, a source of wisdom and support for a new generation. The relationships he built with these young people reignited his sense of purpose and reminded him that his life still had immense value and meaning. Finding purpose doesn't have to be grand or overwhelming. It's about small moments that add up. Conversations with friends, learning something new, or simply helping someone in need. It's about staying open to the world around you and to the possibilities that still exist, even if they look different from what they once were. Purpose can be found in the quiet moments, in the joy of a new hobby, or in the way you share your wisdom with others. Living alone doesn't mean living without purpose. This time of solitude can be an opportunity to rediscover who you are, what you love, and how you want to spend your days. Don't fall into the trap of believing that your best days are behind you. There is still so much life to live, so much to contribute, and so much to experience. Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep giving. The world needs your light, your wisdom, and your presence now more than ever. Number 7, avoid feeling like you have to do everything alone. One of the most common traps that older adults fall into when living alone is the belief that they need to do everything by themselves. It's an easy mindset to adopt, especially after years of being independent. But the weight of trying to manage everything on your own can be overwhelming. There's often an unspoken pressure to maintain the same level of self-sufficiency, as if asking for help somehow means losing independence. But the truth is, it's perfectly okay to ask for help. It's essential for your well-being. We are not meant to carry every burden alone. I remember reading the story of a woman who, after her spouse passed away, felt she had to take on everything by herself, handling the house, managing errands, and keeping her life running smoothly. For a long time, she hesitated to reach out to her adult children for assistance, worried that doing so would make her seem incapable or burdensome. But over time, she came to realize something incredibly important. asking for help didn't make her any less independent. It allowed her to live more fully, more comfortably, and with far less stress. By leaning on her family for support, she wasn't giving up her independence. She was allowing herself to thrive in a way that would have been impossible otherwise. Her story is a powerful reminder that there is true strength in knowing when to reach out. We often associate independence with doing everything on our own, but independence doesn't mean isolation. It doesn't mean shouldering every task, every challenge, or every responsibility without help. Real independence is about making choices that allow you to live your life in the best, healthiest way possible. And sometimes that means asking for assistance when you need it. Whether it's asking a neighbor to help with grocery shopping, having family members visit more often to lend a hand, or hiring someone for home maintenance. Reaching out for help is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of wisdom. You don't have to face everything on your own, and you certainly don't have to exhaust yourself trying to keep up with everything. Life can be so much richer when you allow others to support you. There's something incredibly beautiful about the sense of community that comes from allowing others to step in and help. Whether your circle is large or small, it's the quality of those relationships that matters. A neighbor who checks in on you, a friend who helps run errands, or a family member who visits regularly. These are the connections that remind you that living alone doesn't mean living without support. It's those little acts of kindness and assistance that make life easier, brighter, and more joyful. And remember, asking for help doesn't just benefit you. It can also strengthen your relationships. When you allow others to help, you're allowing them to show their love, care, and support. It deepens a bond between you and those you trust. Often, people want to help but don't know how or whether it's needed. By reaching out, you give them the chance to be there for you, which can be a gift in itself. At the end of the day, living alone doesn't mean you have to do it all alone. You are not a burden for needing help. You are human. It's okay to lean on those around you, whether it's for something small like changing a light bulb or something bigger like managing home repairs. The strength of a person isn't measured by how much they can do alone, but by their ability to build and lean on a community of support. You deserve to live without unnecessary stress or exhaustion, and that starts with letting others help carry the load when you need it. Number 8, avoid neglecting your home environment. When living alone, it's easy to let things slide, to let small messes turn into piles of clutter because, after all, there's no one else around to notice. But over time, neglecting your living space can do more than just create a chaotic environment. It can weigh on your heart and mind. Clutter doesn't just take up space physically. It occupies mental and emotional space as well, making it hard to feel at peace. Even worse, it can become a safety hazard, especially for those of us who may not be as spry as we once were. One story that always sticks with me is from a woman on a senior living forum who opened up about her experience after losing her husband. In her grief, she slowly stopped caring about the state of her home. At first, it was just a few things here and there, an unwashed dish, a pile of unopened mail. But before long, the entire space reflected the deep sorrow she felt inside. It wasn't until a dear friend visited and gently helped her reorganize that she realized just how much her environment had been dragging her down. She shared that clearing the clutter and finding order in her space lifted a burden she didn't even realize she was carrying. This story is a powerful reminder that the state of our home is often a mirror of our inner world. If we let our surroundings fall into disarray, it can be a sign that we're not taking care of ourselves emotionally either. So, don't let your living space become a reflection of sadness or neglect. Instead, take small, manageable steps to keep it clean and organized. You don't have to tackle everything at once. Start by tidying up one area a day or even just clearing off a single surface. Keeping pathways clear, Organizing essential items like your phone or glasses where they're easy to reach, and reducing the clutter in your surroundings can help you feel safer and more grounded. Remember, a clean, organized home doesn't just promote physical safety. It brings peace to your soul. There's nothing quite like walking into a space that feels calm and intentional, knowing you've created a sanctuary for yourself. It's a small but incredibly meaningful act of self-care that can transform your day-to-day life in ways you might not expect. Number 9, avoid losing track of time. Living alone, especially during retirement, can sometimes feel like time is slipping through your fingers. Without the responsibilities of a job or family commitments, days start to blur together, leaving you confused, questioning, is it Monday or Thursday? Where did the time go? This loss of time can be deeply unsettling, leaving you feeling untethered, and for some, it can spiral into feelings of loneliness or even depression. I've heard so many people open up about this in online communities and forums. One man shared how he struggled with this after he retired. He spoke about how his once structured life suddenly felt like it was crumbling. He said he would wake up without any sense of urgency, just drifting from one day to the next. But with time, he found a solution. Setting small, intentional routines became his lifeline. Simple tasks, like grocery shopping every Tuesday or going for a morning walk at the same time each day, became the anchor he needed to give his days purpose again. The truth is that routines matter more than we realize. Establishing a daily schedule can bring a sense of stability and control, no matter how mundane the activities may seem. Whether it's waking up at the same time each day, designating moments for meals, or dedicating afternoons to hobbies, these small rituals breathe meaning into each passing day. Planning your week or marking activities on a calendar can make a huge difference. It gives you a sense of direction, something to anticipate, and most importantly, it pulls you out of that aimless drift. Each day becomes a small opportunity for joy, growth, and fulfillment. Don't let time slip away. Take charge of it and infuse it with intention and purpose. Number 10, avoid holding on to things out of sentimentality. Holding on to sentimental items is a powerful and emotional experience. These objects often carry with them the memories of loved ones, important moments, and cherished times in our lives. However, as comforting as they may seem, too much sentimentality can also become a heavy burden that silently weighs you down. It's not easy to confront, but there comes a moment when you realize that by clinging too tightly to the past, you're preventing yourself from fully embracing the present and creating space for the future. I remember watching a deeply touching video of an older woman who shared her heart-wrenching journey after the loss of her husband. For years, she was unable to part with his belongings, his clothes, his tools, even scraps of paper that he had once touched. Every item seemed to hold a piece of him, and the thought of letting go felt like erasing the very essence of his memory. But over time, those once treasured items began to feel like a weight that kept her tethered to her grief, unable to heal and move forward. With the gentle encouragement of her children, she bravely took on the emotional task of sorting through her husband's things. I could feel her struggle as she sifted through each item, tears welling up as memories resurfaced. But as she carefully chose a few meaningful keepsakes and released the rest, something incredible happened. Her home and her heart felt lighter. She said it was as if she had finally made space not just in her house, but in her life, to welcome new memories and experiences without being trapped in the past. It's so important to remind ourselves that letting go doesn't mean forgetting. You're not erasing the love or the memories that those items represent. Instead, you're allowing yourself the freedom to live fully in the now, without being overwhelmed by the weight of things that no longer serve you. Keep a few treasures close. Perhaps take photos to preserve the memories of others, and trust that decluttering in this way can be incredibly liberating. It's not just about clearing out a room. It's about clearing space in your life for peace, joy, and new beginnings. Number 11. Avoid skipping emergency preparedness. One of the gravest mistakes we make, especially as we age and live alone, is underestimating the importance of preparing for emergencies. We tend to feel invincible, thinking that disasters won't touch us, but life has a way of proving otherwise. Whether it's a sudden power outage, a medical emergency that strikes in the middle of the night, or an unexpected natural disaster, the reality of being alone in these situations can be terrifying. When you don't have someone by your side to help you through it, the weight of responsibility can feel overwhelming. I vividly remember a story that stayed with me. It was shared by a man who lived through a brutal snowstorm that knocked out power for days. He thought he was prepared because his pantry was stocked with food, but what he didn't anticipate was how cut off and helpless he would feel when his phone battery died, and he was left sitting in the dark, cold, and alone. The loneliness and vulnerability he experienced haunted him. After that harrowing ordeal, he made sure to equip himself better. He bought a portable phone charger, an emergency kit, and several battery-powered lights. The emotional toll of being unprepared in such a moment left a lasting impact. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Please, don't wait for a situation like this to remind you how important it is to be ready. Take the time now to make a plan for the unexpected. Gather emergency contacts and keep them visible. Make sure you have an emergency kit that includes essentials like non-perishable food, water, medications, and flashlights. Keep your phone charged, and better yet, invest in a power bank so that you're not left in the dark, literally and emotionally. If you live in an area prone to severe weather, be proactive. Stock up on supplies and learn the evacuation routes in your community. Your future self will thank you for having the foresight to prepare, and you'll have the peace of mind knowing you've taken steps to protect yourself, even when no one else is around. The truth is, emergencies don't give us a warning. They strike suddenly, leaving us to face our fears. But by preparing now, you're not just stocking up on supplies. You're giving yourself a lifeline, a sense of control, and most importantly, a little peace amidst the chaos. Don't let yourself be caught off guard when the unexpected happens. Prepare with care, and you'll be ready for whatever comes your way. Number 12. Avoid financial disorganization. As we grow older, it's all too easy to lose sight of our financial responsibilities. The one simple task of managing bills, balancing bank accounts, or keeping track of important paperwork can slowly become overwhelming. Piles of paperwork might begin to accumulate, and before we know it, we've lost track of due dates or forgotten about subscriptions we're no longer using. It's even more challenging when the support system we once had, whether through family members or a spouse, starts to diminish. The weight of financial disorganization can quickly snowball, leading to a deep sense of anxiety and stress that can feel unbearable. Many people online have shared their stories about the turmoil caused by neglecting their finances. One story in particular stands out. A woman who didn't realize until months later that she was being charged for services she hadn't used in ages. By the time she finally checked her bank statements, her account had bled more money than she could afford. That sinking feeling of regret, the overwhelming confusion, the self-blame, it all came crashing down on her. But there's a silver lining in this story. She reached out for help from a trusted family member, and with their guidance, she was able to pull herself out of the financial chaos she had unintentionally created. The relief she felt, knowing she wasn't alone in this, was immense. This is why staying on top of your finances is not just a matter of practicality, but but a vital part of self-care. It's about giving yourself peace of mind, knowing that you're in control of your financial future. Setting up automatic payments for essential bills can lift a huge weight off your shoulders. Taking a few moments each month to review your bank statements ensures that nothing slips through the cracks, and you can catch any discrepancies or unnecessary expenses before they become bigger problems. Don't be afraid to ask for help, whether from a family member, a trusted friend, or a financial advisor. There's no shame in seeking support when it comes to your financial well-being, and doing so can save you a world of stress. Aging in place is a goal many older adults hold close to their hearts. The comfort of remaining in the home you've built so many memories in, the familiar surroundings, and the cherished sense of independence. It's all so important. But with that decision comes the responsibility of ensuring safety, especially as our bodies change and our ability to handle certain tasks may diminish. Staying on top of our finances is just one piece of the puzzle. It's not just about avoiding late fees or unnecessary expenses. It's about making sure you have the resources to adapt your home to fit your needs as you age, ensuring your comfort and safety for years to come. Ultimately, managing your finances effectively is about creating an environment where you feel safe, secure, and in control. It's about freeing yourself from the fear of financial insecurity and allowing yourself to age with grace, dignity, and confidence. Don't let financial disorganization steal that peace from you. Part 2. Essential safety tips for aging in place. Number 1. Conduct a home safety assessment. The very first and perhaps the most crucial step in ensuring a safe and peaceful home is conducting a thorough home safety assessment. This task, though it may seem simple, carries a deep emotional weight because it's about safeguarding yourself and your loved ones from unexpected harm. As you walk through your home, pay close attention to every detail. This is your sanctuary, and ensuring its safety is an act of love and responsibility. Start by carefully examining the high-traffic areas like hallways, staircases, and especially the kitchen, which is often the heart of the home. Look for anything that might pose a danger, whether it's loose rugs that could cause a fall or clutter that could lead to a trip. Even the smallest items can become unexpected hazards if overlooked. Think about the lighting as well. Dark, shadowy corners can be menacing in ways we often don't realize. Adding night lights in hallways or brighter bulbs in dimly lit rooms can make a world of difference. It's not just about preventing falls. It's about creating an environment where you feel secure and at peace, even during those quiet late-night hours. Moreover, this isn't just a one-time task. Our homes and needs change over time, so it's essential to regularly reassess your home's safety. By staying proactive, you're not just addressing potential issues. You're actively protecting your well-being, giving yourself the comfort of knowing you've done everything to maintain a safe space. Taking these steps isn't just about preventing accidents. It's about nurturing the space where you live and thrive, where memories are made, and where you deserve to feel completely secure. Number 2. Install grab bars and handrails. As we age, one of the most frightening risks we face is the possibility of falling. It's not just a minor trip or stumble. For older adults, a fall can change everything. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, reports that falls are the leading cause of injury among seniors, and the emotional and physical toll can be devastating. Knowing this, we must take every possible step to protect ourselves and our loved ones from this risk. One of the simplest yet most effective ways to prevent falls is by installing grab bars and handrails throughout the home, offering the stability and support that becomes essential as we grow older. Think about the bathroom, for example, a place where we should feel secure but can become a danger zone without the right precautions. Installing grab bars near the toilet or inside the shower or tub can make all the difference. These simple additions provide something sturdy to hold onto, offering both physical support and emotional peace of mind when moving around. Just knowing there's a reliable grip can ease the anxiety that often comes with age-related balance issues. And it's not just about safety. It's about maintaining dignity and independence, two things we all hold dear, especially in our later years. Handrails on both sides of stairways are another crucial addition. Imagine feeling wobbly or unsure with each step, and how reassuring it would be to have a solid handrail to steady yourself. These features may seem small, but they create a sense of security in areas of the home where accidents are most likely to happen. They allow you or your loved one to navigate spaces with confidence, reducing the fear of falling and enabling you to live life more freely. By taking these precautions, you're not only preventing potential accidents, but also creating an environment that nurtures safety, confidence, and well-being. It's a small investment with an immeasurable impact on the quality of life for older adults. Number 3. Optimize the bathroom for safety. When it comes to creating a safer and more comfortable living space, optimizing the bathroom for safety should be a top priority, especially as we get older. The bathroom, often overlooked, is one of the most dangerous places in the home where a simple slip could lead to devastating consequences. Imagine the peace of mind you could feel knowing that every time you step into the bathroom, you're reducing the risk of an accident. Start by placing non-slip mats, both inside the shower and on the bathroom floor. These simple additions may seem small, but they can be life-saving, offering protection against the dreaded fear of slipping and falling on wet surfaces. For those moments when standing becomes too strenuous, installing a shower chair provides not just comfort, but an essential layer of security. It gives you the freedom to bathe without the constant worry of losing your balance. Adding a handheld showerhead to the mix makes bathing even more accessible, allowing you to control the water flow with ease. These changes empower you to maintain your independence and dignity in your daily routines, which is so incredibly important. And let's not forget the value of a raised toilet seat. Sitting and standing can become more difficult with age, and this simple adjustment can make a world of difference, offering not just physical ease but emotional relief as well. Each of these modifications is a powerful reminder that we don't have to sacrifice our safety or independence as we age. With a few thoughtful changes, we can transform a room full of potential hazards into a sanctuary of security and self-sufficiency. Number 4. Simplify the kitchen. The kitchen is often the heart of the home, but as we age, it can also become a place where small dangers lurk. By making a few thoughtful adjustments, you can create a space that not only feels safe, but also gives you peace of mind and comfort. Start by organizing your kitchen so that all your frequently used items are easily accessible without having to reach or stretch too far. High cabinets may have once seemed convenient, but over time they can become a source of frustration and even danger. Why take the risk of climbing or stretching when you can make life so much easier by storing everything within arm's reach? Pull-out drawers and lower shelves will save you the hassle and keep your kitchen essentials right where you need them. When it comes to cooking, safety must come first, but that doesn't mean sacrificing the joy of preparing meals. Protect yourself by using long-handled utensils and sturdy oven mitts, small changes that can prevent painful burns or injuries. Why not switch to using the microwave for reheating instead of the stove? It's a safer, easier option that reduces the risk of accidents while still allowing you to enjoy your favorite meals. And here's something that can truly set your mind at ease. Keeping a fire extinguisher close by within easy reach gives you a powerful tool for protection. Knowing how to use it can offer not just safety, but also a deep sense of security. Cooking should be a pleasure, not a source of anxiety. And with these changes, you'll feel more confident and at peace in your kitchen, knowing you've created a space that prioritizes both safety and comfort. Number 5, utilize technology for safety. In a world where technology is advancing at lightning speed, we have incredible tools right at our fingertips that can make all the difference for older adults living independently. Utilizing these innovations not only brings safety, but also provides a deep sense of reassurance that you or your loved ones are protected, no matter what life throws your way. One of the most comforting devices available is the Personal Emergency Response System, PERS. Imagine the peace of mind knowing that help is just a button away. Whether worn as a necklace or bracelet, it's always within reach. This simple device could be the difference between feeling anxious and feeling secure. And let's not forget the power of smart home technology. Something as simple as motion sensor lights that automatically brighten up dark hallways or outdoor areas when someone approaches can give you confidence, even on the darkest nights. Imagine the relief of never having to worry about fumbling for a light switch or tripping over something in the shadows. Smart speakers can also be a silent guardian, connecting you to emergency services at a moment's notice. But it's not just about emergencies. Technology can also help manage the small but vital things that make daily life safer. Medication management apps, for instance, are lifesavers for those who take multiple prescriptions. They ensure that you never miss a dose and help you stay on top of your health without added stress or confusion. Incorporating these technological tools isn't just practical. It's a way of empowering yourself, of taking control over your well-being. These advancements are not just gadgets. They are lifelines, a source of comfort in an uncertain world. Why not take full advantage of them and enjoy the sense of calm that comes from knowing you're always protected? Number 6, stay connected with family and friends. As we age, our emotional well-being and sense of safety become more tied to the bonds we share with those we love. It's not just important, it's essential to maintain these connections. Regular communication with family and friends serves as a lifeline, a reminder that we are cared for and valued. Knowing that someone is checking in, even with just a simple phone call or video chat, can make all the difference. It creates a sense of security, a comforting assurance that we are not alone. Establishing a routine for check-ins, whether through heartfelt conversations or short messages, offers older adults more than just peace of mind. It's a reminder that they are loved and cherished. Encourage family members to go beyond just reminders for doctor appointments or medication refills. Let them be present in each other's lives, sharing moments of joy and offering support through challenges. It's also important to reach beyond family. Joining local community groups or participating in social activities can breathe new life into everyday routines. These connections provide a sense of belonging, reducing the heavy burden of loneliness that so many older adults silently carry. Every smile exchanged and every conversation shared can be a spark of joy, a gentle reminder that life is still full of meaning and connection. Number 7, plan for emergencies. When it comes to safety, nothing is more crucial than being prepared for the unexpected. Emergencies can strike at any moment, and the peace of mind that comes with having a solid plan in place is invaluable. Creating a detailed emergency plan is not just a task. It's an act of love, both for yourself and for your family. It should include important contact information, updated medical records, and a list of all medications. This plan is more than a safety net. It's a source of security knowing that in a moment of crisis, everything is organized and within reach. Share this plan with your loved ones so they can step in and help when you need it most. This can offer tremendous reassurance, not just to you, but also to your family members, knowing that they are equipped to assist you in any situation. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment below to let me know that you are still here with me. Additionally, having a designated spot for essential items like a flashlight, a first aid kit, and even emergency snacks is a small but powerful step in ensuring you are ready for the unexpected. Think of how much easier it will be to face a power outage or minor crisis when you know exactly where everything is. And it's not just about having the items. It's about practicing your emergency plan. Running through it with your family ensures that everyone is confident and capable if a crisis occurs. There's something incredibly comforting in knowing that, even amid chaos, you have a plan to rely on. With thoughtful preparation and proactive measures, older adults can savor their golden years, secure in their own homes, relishing the freedom and joy that comes with true independence. As we've explored in this video, living alone as an older adult can be a delicate balance of independence and vulnerability. But by avoiding potential pitfalls, like isolation, neglecting your health, and disregarding safety concerns, you can craft a life that is not only safe but also deeply fulfilling. These small steps lead to a richer, more vibrant experience in your golden years. And remember, it's okay to reach out for help. Staying connected with family and friends isn't a sign of weakness. It's a celebration of the love and support that surround you. Embrace this time of life and make choices that prioritize your well-being, happiness, and peace. You deserve to live these years with joy and contentment, knowing you are prepared and cared for. As we come to the end of this video, I hope you found the insights and advice we've shared valuable for embracing your golden years with both confidence and joy. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What have you learned so far? What's one thing from today's video that resonated with you and that you're planning to put into practice in your own life? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave your comment and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content that helps you live your best life. Thank you for watching.